The stage lights flickered softly as a thin boy stepped forward, barefoot, clutching a microphone that looked far too big for his trembling hands. The crowd was restless, whispering, unsure what to expect. His shirt was faded, his jeans torn at the knees, and his eyes, though tired, held a spark that silence itself could not drown. When he finally spoke, his voice cracked. "My name is Liam," he said quietly, "and this song kept me alive when nothing else could." The judges looked at each other, curious. No one knew much about the boy who had walked in alone, carrying only an old backpack and a piece of paper with a song title, "The Sound of Silence." He had no parents waiting backstage, no friends cheering from the audience, just himself and a voice that had been shaped by pain, loneliness, and hope. Liam grew up on the edge of the city, in a small, crumbling shelter for children who had nowhere else to go. His mother had passed away when he was 8, and his father disappeared soon after. The shelter was crowded, loud, and cold in the winter. The only thing that gave him comfort was a battered old radio that sat in the corner of the room. Every night, he would press his ear close to it, letting the soft melodies drown out the noise of the world. That's where he first heard the sound of silence. He didn't know why the song spoke to him, but it did. It was as if the words understood him, understood the quiet pain of being unseen, unheard, and forgotten. He began singing when no one was around, under bridges, in alleys, behind dumpsters, anywhere he could be alone. His voice was raw, imperfect, but honest. A volunteer at the shelter once overheard him singing and recorded a short video on her phone. She posted it online with the caption, "You have to hear this boy's voice." Within days, the clip went viral. A talent show producer reached out, offering Liam a chance to audition. It was the opportunity of a lifetime, but also terrifying. He had never sung before an audience. Now, standing on that massive stage, with thousands of eyes watching him, his heart pounded so hard he thought it might burst. When the music began, he closed his eyes and took a deep breath. The first note came out trembling, fragile, but then it grew, strong, haunting, filled with emotion that words alone could never express. The crowd fell silent. The judges leaned forward, captivated. As he sang, memories flooded his mind, the nights he slept hungry, the mornings he woke up cold, the times he thought no one cared. Every word was a piece of his heart laid bare. His voice rose and fell like a prayer, echoing through the auditorium. By the time he reached the final line, the sound of silence, tears were streaming down his cheeks. He wasn't just singing anymore, he was surviving, healing, becoming whole. For a moment, there was no sound at all. The world seemed to hold its breath. Then, one of the judges slowly stood up. The audience followed, wave after wave of applause filling the air. One of the judges hit the golden buzzer, and golden confetti rained down around him. Liam covered his face, overwhelmed. It wasn't just the applause, it was the realization that, for the first time in his life, he was seen. Behind the scenes, a woman approached him, the same volunteer who had recorded his video months earlier. She was crying. "You did it," she whispered. "You made them hear you." The next few weeks were a whirlwind. News outlets told his story, donations poured in for the shelter, and Liam was invited to perform on national television. But through it all, he stayed humble. He returned often to the shelter, singing for the kids still living there, reminding them that no matter how dark things seem, music, and hope, can always find a way in. When asked what the song meant to him, Liam smiled softly and said, "Silence used to be my friend. It was all I had. But now I know, it's not silence that saves you. It's the voice you find within it." The crowd cheered, and for a moment, even through the noise, you could still feel it, that gentle, unspoken magic he had created. The kind that reminds everyone listening that no one is ever truly invisible. In the end, Liam's story wasn't just about a boy who sang a song. It was about finding light in the darkest places, and turning the sound of silence into pure, unforgettable magic.